G'day, sweetheart.
Dad?
Am I settling in for small talk and reminiscences?
Where's Brett?
Guess not.
Jack.
Missing.
Why?
The word missing tends to imply there isn't an answer.
And not to where. Maybe to why.
Technically to both, even if we don't know it.
Except I think you do.
Okay. Let's hear it.
Gary has two settings. Blunt or bullshitting. But he clammed up when I asked him about Brett. Like he had a reason to be scared of telling me anything. The only person Gary was ever scared of was you.
Hope you didn't upset Gaz.
Don't think that falls at my feet.
I see your relationship with the concept of responsibility remains the same.
Those in glass houses, Jack.
All right. So you're reckoning I can tell you what happened to your dropkick boyfriend?
I'm reckoning that you know something you're going to great lengths to keep from me.
Or I just want to keep you and him separate?
If that's the case, why tell Tim anything? He didn't run with the old crew, he never would have heard. You told him because you guessed I'd find out somehow and wanted to control what information I received and when.
Jesus. Is that the impression I give off?
I'm open to a different one.
I told your stick in the mud brother not to tell you about the dropkick going walkabout, just in case he heard something and decided to be the bearer of the good news. Unfortunately, that bloke's always been immune to my charms, and time apparently hasn't changed that. I
Why?
don't know why. I'm pretty fucking charming.
That's not what I meant.
Because I wanted to control what information you received and when.
Why?
In case you went and did exactly what you've been doing the last couple of days.
Seems to me the only reason that'd be any of your business is if you'd done something to make it your business.
Let me give you some advice.
No thanks.
Morgan, would you concede that you've made some pretty shit decisions?
Hasn't everyone?
I know I have. Which is why I know this. The past, it's like a scab. It's ugly, distracting, it draws your gaze and your disgust and makes you want to pick at it. The problem is you pick at it too much and you'll find that wound is very much still bleeding, that as ugly as something looks, it can be better, usually is, to let sleeping dogs lie. Because if the mistakes of your past are lying dormant, you ought to thank whatever God you have no right to believe in that that's the case and do nothing to disturb them.
I'm not disturbing anything, Dad. I just want to know that he's safe, okay? Can you just tell me that?
No, because I don't know or care.
Or because you're worried. You're worried that I won't leave it alone if I find out that you do know anything.
That too.
I can't leave it!
But you can, Morgan. And you should.
What, why? Because you've suddenly decided to become a father and express disapproval? Is
Because I
that...
know what happened that night.
What are you talking about?
Big mistake on my part if I gave any indication I was willing to play this game. I know. And not because I had to dig into it, but because you fucked up and the proof landed at my feet and I had to make it go away.
Are you threatening me?
No. Morgan. Look, you may not trust me or even like me, but I am your father, and it's my job to keep you safe. But you're old enough now to make your own choices. So if I can influence those in any way, let me tell you this. If I know, somebody else sure as fuck does. And that person might not be as amenable to the cause of saving your ass if you keep digging.
It seems to me that's my choice to make.
Either way, this trail's a dead end.
Okay. And what if, for argument's sake, what if I wasn't happy to leave it here? What if I wasn't happy to settle for the pat on the head? Daddy knows best, even though you've proven time and time again how fundamentally that is not the case. What if I told you that Brett meant more to me than you ever could? That I never gave a fuck whether you approved of him or not. And that I will do anything to find out where he is. And that you've seriously fucking underestimated me if you think I'm gonna run away scared like your little pet Gary. And what if, and again this is just for argument's sake, what if I told you I recorded this conversation? What if I told you I'm gonna take it to the police? As proof that you know more about a missing person than you're letting on. What then? Dad?
Wow. Just for argument's sake, I'd say that was entrapment of a former police officer, and that wouldn't go down well at all with the boys in blue. Secondly, I'd ask you to point out exactly what I've said in this conversation that's proof that I know anything about the dropkick's whereabouts. And thirdly, Morgan, I would think long and hard about whether you want the police looking into this. Scab's already peeling, Morgs. Up to you if you want the bleeding to start again.